continuing on. Enterprise resource planning. I put here a screen print out off of a system that I built recently. As you know, if you've watched my videos before, I'm an advocate of open source code, and I did do a walkthrough with a program called Sugar CRM in my marketing video. I was considering doing that for this video, but I decided to just talk about it briefly before and without doing any navigation on the computer like that. But basically, what an enterprise resource planning system is, or ERP, is it's a system that allows all areas of the company to be informed when they need about whatever is happening with their operations. In other words, all areas of the company would be tied into the same system that they would use to, one, order parts, two, take down notes for sales, for accounting, three, any kind of HR function, four, basically anything that has to do with the business operating. The ERP would handle all aspects of that. So let's take an example. Let's say that there's a sale in a retail location. The sale will notify the warehouse that it needs parts to replace, or it needs product to replace what was just sold. Okay, it also gets marked down as an item that is sold, and then therefore it goes to the accounting records. Okay, so there was a sale transaction. Let's say that the warehouse is saying, well, we're out of these parts or these products, we need to have more products made. It'll send out an RFP, request for proposal, to the suppliers. Okay, we need to get more of this product made, so please give us a proposal on what it would cost to do that, and you could compare your prices, and it's a way that you can harness the power of your business and keep everything organized so that you know where your business is at any given time. What sets apart this one, when you implement this ERP, an enterprise resource planning system, it makes a profound difference to your business. And unfortunately, it's not always positive, at least in the implementation phase. I've heard a lot of horror stories of businesses that tried to implement ERP and the ERP did not install right, or for whatever reason it didn't work out right. Eventually, I'm sure that they get it corrected, but it can be a great tool to use, but it takes a complete commitment from C-level all the way down to your linemen, because everyone is going to be using it. So you need to make sure that your ERP is tailored to your specific business. The most popular one right now is SAP. An SAP system could run you up to $250 million or more. Not all that money is in software fees. Maybe you have to hire some software engineers to your company to make sure that the system is installed right. There are a lot of costs that go into installing an ERP system. But again, it does take a certain amount of risk. I've heard of lines that got shut down. So make sure that you have it in place when you are researching your ERPs. What exactly is going to happen? How do I ensure that this won't stop my production? Is there a backup plan? Is there a phasing schedule that we can use to implement this? Anything to make sure that you don't get hung up. Now, what sets apart Open Bravo, which is the one I have here, is that it's free. This one I installed on Ubuntu, which is an operating system, and it's in the Ubuntu repository, so it made it a little bit easier to install. You are accessing it through a server, so it's on a server that everyone else would access through their internet browser, and you just log on to your server and it has all your information. This area here has all of your different parts of the company, your sales team, your marketing, procurement, management, accounting, all the different areas are all here. If you need to enter in a new sale, a new invoice, anything like that, you click on it, navigate to where it is, it'll pull up a form, and then you just put in the information of what happened and it'll update your system. And everyone else will have access to that at that point, pretty much immediately. So it really is a great tool to use, but when used effectively. Capacity planning. As demand for products changes over the life cycle, the capacity might need to be changed to remain profitable through production. There are 3 strategies to capacity planning. Lead strategy, which is when you are ahead of the game and you say, I think that the demand for this product is going to go up based on past sales, so we're going to go ahead and expand capacity. There's a lag strategy, which is basically it's a more conservative approach. So you wait till your sales increase before you go ahead and expand your capacity. It costs you a little bit, at least some sales. And then there's a match strategy, which basically means that in small increments you increase your capacity to keep up with your demand. I use here a picture of H1N1. It's interesting because considering the outbreak of H1N1 in the United States and across the world, it put the government, at least the U.S. government, in a unique position where it had to produce sufficient amounts of this H1N1 vaccine in time before this outbreak really exploded. And unfortunately, in the United States, many people did die from this terrible disease. But all in all, considering the factors, I would go ahead and say that the government did a pretty good job of putting the stones in motion to make this happen. This was a big undertaking to take. They had to finish up research and all of a sudden, retool all the factories and get everything all set up so that they could produce this stuff at high volumes. Now, the capacity planning for the H1N1 virus, I can't even fathom, what they had to do to make that happen. But it seems like a large undertaking, and I'm sure it saved some lives. So that was good. But you can see that capacity planning is critical for your business because you need to make sure that you are able to handle the demand for this. In this case, with the H1N1, obviously they were behind schedule when they were producing, but eventually it became accessible. You can go to Walgreens now and get an H1N1 shot or what have you. I guess the flu season's already almost over, but that's good. At least we made it through it.